Yo, yo, yo. Hey, man, this is your boy at DFSMasterMind _ over on Twitter. Feel free to give me a follow. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is still the 17th. I'm aware. But I want to be talking about tomorrow's games. I got to work all day tomorrow, so I'm not going to have time to put out a video. While I'm sweating out these late games, I decided to go ahead and drop one. And I'm going to just give you my normal, my 3 for 3 value, 3 under the radar, and 3 all-in plays. I wrote a couple extra value plays down. Because, you know, it's still early, man. And I'm just weighing out different situations, waiting to see what's going to happen. Make sure you stay up on your news, man. You got to do that all day. You need to know late scratches. You need to know who's in the starting lineup. You need to know that, man. So stay up on your late news. Make sure you do that all day tomorrow. But anyways, I'm gonna hop right into it, man. It's getting late. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it moving. Starting off with value, I really love me some Matt Barnes tomorrow. They're playing against Milwaukee. And before I say this, Matt Barnes he's already safe for like 20 to 25 minutes. He's already good for that. That's his normal rotation. Milwaukee's still playing right now, and I think they might be struggling with LA. So they might be a little tired. And Golden State is coming off some rest, and they could blow this thing open, man. I try not to focus on blowouts, man. I really do, because it's hard to predict a blowout. You gotta say like a team is just really gonna dominate or a team is not gonna show up, and I don't see that happening. Now, Golden State could dominate, that's definitely, but as far as what am I trying to say? As far as trying to predict that another team is just gonna let somebody walk in and, you know, blow them out, that's not realistic. They're gonna have to take it. I think Milwaukee, they fight hard. But long story short, I like Matt Barnes, man, because if it is a blowout, he'll get those extra minutes. Moving on, I got Joe Ingles at 4-4. I think he's in a really good spot, man. I don't think Hood is going to play. Make sure you keep an eye on that. But if Hood sits, I really like Joe Ingles, Joe Johnson, and then one more, Alec Burke. I could see him having a nice little scoring day, man. They've been grinding. Alec Burke, it seems like he shows up on the weekends too. I know when they played OKC, he went off. I think that was last week, if I'm not mistaken. So he might look for a big game. As long as Hood is out, you can look at all 3 of those players: Joe Johnson, Joe Ingles, Burke, because they switch them in at so many different positions. They're all in good spots, especially for some nice value. Moving on, I like Tony Allen tomorrow, going up against San Antonio. Parsons is out for the season. Ennis is not the best player. Harrison he's an okay player, decent player, not the greatest. Tony Allen, they trust him, man. He's gonna have to step it up. I love to look for situations like this where the players are almost forced into playing bigger because they've showed their potential and people know who they are. And we're about to see that. Like, you seen it from Vince Carter with that 40 piece he had. And Vince Carter a beast, man. He's an old head, but he a beast. But they gonna start leaning on Tony Allen real tough, man. I think we'll see it tomorrow. So I like him for some nice value. Another guy like Kenneth Faried, man. Just a couple side notes. I like Kenneth Faried, Hancho Gomez, whatever his name is, for the same team for Denver. I like Darren Williams for Cleveland. All these guys are cheap, man. Really nice price tags. Iguodala, J.R. Smith, It's a lot of nice value pieces. But what I want you to do, Denzel Valentine, what I want you to do is just stay up on the news, man. And I want you to target people. If you're choosing between value plays, target people that are out. Like, target the situation remaining. The less people in one position, the better. That's what I always try to look for. If they have two bodies left in and out, and that's the rotation, you want to look for that. Stay away from those three-headed monster positions, and just try to figure out the best scoring position. Whoever has the best scoring situation, and keep injuries in account, man. Whenever one player goes out, somebody has to step up. And I love to use those situations to find my value. So make sure you stay up on the news, man. That's why I always say that. I preach that. That is a big deal. Moving on, under the radar. Right now, I don't have the greatest sense of who's going to be chalked yet because it's so early. But I wanted to write down a couple players anyway. So number one, I wrote down Zebo going up against San Antonio. I think he's in a really good spot, man. It should be a hard-fought game. I don't think this could be a potential matchup. Maybe it could if, I don't know what'll have to happen. I don't know where they're at really in the standings. But I know these are two Western Conference teams. They gonna play hard. And one thing about this slate, man, it's a lot of good games. Like, as a fan, you have like some really nice games out there to actually just watch, let alone try to find some DFS goodness. But I think San Antonio, Memphis, I think it stays close, man. And I think we see Zebo try to help his team get a win. The big dogs, man, it's around that time, man. We're about to start seeing playoff basketball, and those big names, they tend to start stepping up. So I really like him tomorrow. I like Andre Iguodala. I think he'll be under the radar. Excuse me. I'm still a little sick, man. I'm trying to sipping hot tea, trying to get over it. But I like Iggy tomorrow, man, at 4-4. Fast-paced game and potential blowout minutes. You know my spiel on that. Another guy is J.R. Smith, man. Quietly, he's playing. I think he played 30 minutes his last game. He's starting to hit his shots. Things are starting to look real good for the man. Cleveland's starting to get their health back. It's getting close, man. It's getting close. This is what we wait for all year. We're about to see the best of the best. I think LeBron James gets a triple-double tomorrow. That's just out of nowhere. He's starting to get his team back, man. The King is feeling good. They might get him some rest a couple games, let him rest a couple games, but it's starting to get down there, man, to the wire. But I love J.R. Smith tomorrow. Going up against some Redick defense. I think they can have a shootout if they want to. So I like him. He's in a good spot under the radar. And my 3 all-in plays, this is just, like I'm saying, you getting the raw footage. It's early. But I know all these people I mentioned I will have in some fashion. I can't, it's too early for me to commit. I don't want to lie to y'all. It's too early for me to commit and say these are my all-in plays. So early, man, because who knows what happens, you know, from now between tomorrow night. But the first guy I just looked at, he caught my eye, was Blake Griffin, man, at 8 racks. He's coming off a rest day. Hopefully Chris Paul plays, man. This will be a really good game. I hope Chris Paul plays. Cleveland got all their dogs back, and we see the Clippers and Cleveland go at it. And I think if this game plays out where nobody's resting, I think Blake Griffin is in a really good spot, man, at a cheap price. I love it. And even if Chris Paul sits, I love Blake Griffin even more because his usage will go up. You'll see him bringing the ball up the court more. I think he's in a really good spot, and I think I'll really like him tomorrow, um, regardless of any information. But I don't want to go ahead and commit. I'll tweet out my all-in plays tomorrow, but I don't want to commit 100% yet. But right now, he's at the top of the list. Number two, I like Denzel Valentine, man. I recommended him tonight. He ended up with, I think, with 20 points. He went about 5x, but I'm not messed up with. that. For what I paid for him, he did what he was supposed to. He didn't hurt my lineup. He didn't really, help it. He didn't, he's not a reason I'll win money, but he did his job. The money I paid for him is what he brought back. And I think his role in that offense is going to continue to grow. So I like him again tomorrow at a cheap price of 4.2. He's in a good spot. And then last but not least, I like the man Curry at home going up against Milwaukee. Fast-paced game. It's either, I'm going to say either Curry or I'm going to say Harden, man. After watching his performance tonight, and he has a juicy matchup with Denver tomorrow. It should be fast-paced, like up and down. But I think like price-wise, I rather rock with Curry because I think Curry is more likely to 6x his price tag than James Harden is his tomorrow. So I don't know, man. It's just early, y'all. I just wanted to put this video out, man, to stay consistent. Show y'all that I'm about that life, man. This is what I love to do. So I'm gonna do a little review, man. Hopefully this helped. But hey, pay attention to my Twitter, and I got you. I'm gonna be tweeting out my top value, my top under the radar, my 3 all-in plays tomorrow. But so far, man, I like Matt Barnes tomorrow. I like Joe Ingles. I like Tony Allen, Juancho Gomez, whatever his name is, D. Will. Under the radar, Zebo, Iguodala, J.R. Smith, and my 3 all-in plays, maybe with a slight question mark. Blake Griffin, Denzel Valentine, Steph Curry. I'm your boy at DFSMasterMind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for watching the video. If you watched it, I appreciate the love. Hit me up, man. If you got any questions, you want to talk to me, you want to chop it up about a player, let me know. Bless up. I hope y'all have a wonderful night tonight, and I hope y'all have a wonderful tomorrow. Let's get it. Let's cash out.